Hello and welcome to day 11 of Self-Love February. Today we're going to bring out our inner reclining mermaid. So today we've got a pose that is called fish pose, but I choose to look at it a little more positively, and we're going to be mermaids. So that's fun, unless you just really like fish. It's up to you. So you're going to need 2 pillows to start out with, so go ahead and grab those, and let's get started. So you'll probably want your thickest pillow under your lumbar region, your lower back. So go ahead and get situated on your mat and place it right where your lower back is going to be. So right about there. Second pillow is going to come underneath the head. My pillow is not very thick, unfortunately, for my head. You can also use 2 yoga blocks if you have them, but I figure most people don't, so we're using pillows today. Go ahead and stretch the legs out nice and long, relax the feet, relax the arms. So this is our, let's call it lazy fish. It's not really lazy, but it's our first step to getting a bit of a back bend here. So just relax, go ahead and let all the muscles relax, and get ready for a little advancement here. No judgment wherever you land on this stretch today. Love yourself, love where you are, and embrace it. So let's go ahead and remove the top pillow. Now be very mindful when you do these. Any really advanced stretches like this are meant to be challenging, and again, you just need to embrace where you are today and take it really easy and really mindfully, because we don't want to injure ourselves. What's the point of the stretch if we end up with an injury? So pay close attention to cues and just be careful. So we want to make sure these abs are engaged. Abs should always be engaged, but especially when you're doing like a difficult move, you really want to make sure you steel those abs. You can keep the feet relaxed for now, and you're just going to kind of brace a little on your arms, so you take the majority of the weight out of your neck. You're going to lean back and place the tippy, well, it's closer to the back, but the tip back of your head right on the floor, just like this. So lower back is still supported. You're getting a little extra support with the arms here, bracing on the floor. Feet are nice and relaxed, and we're just breathing through this. So make sure you don't put a large amount of weight on your head. Your entire body's weight should not be placed on your neck and head. You want to keep everything engaged. The whole core should be tight and taking the brunt of keeping you up, so to speak. And it will also help if you want to take this a step further. Take the heels together, tighten these quads, maybe even the glutes. That will also help. You should also feel it in your upper to mid back, as it is taking control and keeping you from hurting yourself. The body likes to take care of itself. Let it do it. So while we breathe here, the directive for today is to get in touch with an old friend you haven't spoken to in a while, or a family member that you haven't spoken to in a while. Someone that you miss and that probably misses you. You guys are just so caught up in your daily lives that it's become difficult to get in touch. So reach out to that one person who's been on your mind and you just haven't had time for it yet. Go ahead and do that today. They will appreciate it. You will appreciate it. And it's great to open up the chain of communication again, because when you lose touch with someone, we tend to be a little self-centered and forget that we all have our own lives and think, well, why aren't they contacting me? I'm guilty of that too. It makes you feel sometimes like someone doesn't care about you, but it's the same way on the other end. They're feeling the same way, and so it ends up being an endless cycle where nothing ever improves. So you be the bigger person, so to speak. Again, no one's doing anything wrong, but you be that person to make that initial contact. And there's nothing wrong with being the person who makes the contact. Sometimes, someone just isn't able to do it for whatever reason, and if you are, then great. Okay, go ahead and lift up for me, nice and carefully. Nice and slowly, you can grab onto the legs. If you're ready, we're going to go ahead and remove our lumbar support. So, just like we were doing, our legs are going to stay nice and straight, quads engaged, abs are going to be tightened and engaged. We're going to lie back like we're at the beach, nice and fancy, but then we're going to take it back the same way, head on the mat lightly. We don't want to overarch the back. So now that we don't have this lumbar support anymore, it's going to be all on us to take care of ourselves. So make sure you're not overarching. It's a gentle arch. It's a gentle pressure on the head. It's all gentle. All right, so here we go. Lean back, just like so. You may have to reposition your arms as you go along. Reposition your head. You know how it is. You got to get into that stretch. So back is not overarching here. I hope you can see it. Move the pillows, I think. Back is not overarching here. There's not a ton of pressure on the head because we are keeping all of the strength here. It's lightly resting. Yeah, you're still going to feel it. Don't be worried if you feel it, especially if you've never done this pose before. If you have done this pose before and you feel comfortable, you can do some funny things. You can lift one leg and hold it. You can lift the other leg and hold it. You can lift both legs. It takes a little bit of back and core strength. I'm not a fan of it personally, but that's up to you. You can also take arms up and you can take them over, but that is only after you've really worked to maintain this pose. So if this is your first time or your first couple of times, maybe just stick right here and breathe. So I hope you've taken my advice to heart. Don't take it personally if you haven't heard from a friend in a long time, because everybody's got stuff going on. And we just need to try to maintain contact however we can. Give me one more breath. And slowly pull yourself up a little to lift the head and bring it down flat. So yeah, there's really not a ton to say on the subject other than just reach out. It's so important. It really is, because one day you may get to that point where you realize you haven't heard from a friend in like 3 or 4 years, and life has just been speeding past for you both, and you haven't realized it, and maybe it's too late. You never want to be in that kind of situation. So be the bigger person, I guess, and reach out. Maybe try to meet them for coffee, try to see a movie, just hang out and talk, whatever. So yeah, Go ahead and bring the feet up. And we'll bring the knees into the chest, a little bit of a counter. You can rock it back and forth. Today was particularly lazy, which is funny because we started out with what I called lazy fish. I'm feeling very mellow today, so maybe you're right there with me, I don't know. Go ahead and rock it up to a seated position, and I hope you enjoyed today. It's probably maybe a stretch you've never seen, something you're unfamiliar with, and it's always nice to learn new things. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you reach out to that friend or family member that you haven't spoken to in a while, check in, and yeah, have a great day. Bye-bye.